Conferences are a great way to bring a bunch of experts together, students together, and just a lot of energy together to learn something new and take it to the next level. So I'm excited to introduce you to Lauren Kilgore, the owner of Beautiful Mesh. Lauren, great to talk with you today.
Hi, how are you?
Great. We are both having the opportunity to speak at the Social Media Marketing Made Easy conference. It's happening in Norfolk in April of 2019, April of this year. And I'm so thrilled to be talking about publicity and marketing and getting your message out there. And I'm really excited to learn more about what you do. You've grown quite a large following over the last few years that you've been in business. So tell us a little bit about what you do.
Okay, so I started back just in 2014, so I feel like it's a long time, but not a long time, I guess in the online space. But I started in 2014 just making wreaths, just wanted something to fill my time, just as a little hobby. And then it turned into a little bit more, and I started getting requests to buy them for people that wanted to buy them. So I started a Facebook page and an Etsy page, and so the first few years it was just wreaths. But then in learning, my business kind of shifted in the last year and a half. And because I realized that I have a lot of tools on how to sell on Etsy, and I wanted to be able to share them with everybody so that they can sell their items also.
So it started with wanting to maybe create a new stream of income, right? Using some of the craft skills that you have, and you put these wreaths together.
Mm-hmm.
What went into that? So let's take us back to 2014, and you said, okay, well, maybe I want to make a little extra money. Maybe this is something I want to grow. How did you make that as the start of what you were doing? I mean, did the wreath part, was that the easy part?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I've always been just like a crafty person, and I think that, I just wanted to make something for my own door, and I was a single mom back then, and I just wanted to make a little extra money, and I just wanted to fill, my time a little bit. And so I was baking a few wreaths, and but then it got to be like people were asking me to make them one, friends and family, and so it just got to be a little bit more and more.
That's so cool. Yeah, that's really cool. So did you post them on Facebook, like post your pictures and said, hey,
Yeah.
I just made this wreath. And then somebody was like, I want you to make that for me too. And I might pay you some money maybe for
Right.
it.
And I was like, hold on a second. Someone's going to pay me to do something that's really fun and, that I love to do. Let's do that.
Cool. Very cool. So it started on Facebook. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, I think I opened a Facebook page and an Etsy shop probably at the same time. My sister actually has a pretty successful Etsy shop selling wedding invitations. So to me, I just thought that was like the next logical thing. If you have something handmade that you want to sell, that you could put it on Facebook, but you also, Etsy is like the next logical step.
So I think a lot of people, especially those who maybe want to start something that they've created, so they want to sell something that they've made themselves. They understand Etsy in that they know it's kind of where you go, but the idea of actually setting up shop there for your own self is a little intimidating. So what are some of the things that you did to kind of make that transition from just posting on Facebook to, okay, I'm a business on Etsy?
Yeah, I mean, definitely I didn't know what I was doing at first. I kind of treated it like it was Craigslist probably. Like I just thought you just, take one picture, you don't edit, you just take a picture, you throw it up there, you write a little like, this is a wreath of Christmas wreath. And you
That's what I would do. Yeah.
Yeah. And it wasn't until like a couple years later that I wasn't getting a whole lot of views and sales that way, except for friends and family that knew about me, that I realized that there's actually like tricks to how you do it, and words that you're supposed to use, and the way to set up your pictures and things like that. So that took some learning and some research and testing in my own shop to figure out. You don't like come out of college knowing automatically how to, like, what is SEO and how to like list something online and how to get fans and followers and sales. Like, this is not like an inherent thing. It's like, I know people are like, why can't I get this? But I'm like, it's not something you're going to know automatically. You're going to need to learn it. So whether you learn it from somebody else or do your own research, yeah, you got to learn how.
And a lot of trial and error too, because sometimes you're just not sure what will land, what will get someone to keep going.
Mhm.
So how's Etsy been for you?
It's been really great. Every year since then, I've been able to double my orders, double my revenue. So I'm up to like 2,400 sales, 2,500, somewhere around there now. And yeah, it's been where I sell probably 90% of what I have. I don't get any sales or any business off of Facebook or anywhere else really. It's all on Etsy.
All on Etsy. So it's like your entire platform, your business platform
Yeah.
for the things that you make. Oh, that's incredible. What will you be speaking about at the conference? What kinds of things can the people who come and join us for the Social Media Marketing Made Easy conference, what will they walk away with?
Well, they'll walk away with a few tips and tricks that I've learned along the way of, how to make a listing, how to get views. Because I mean, the most important thing in Etsy is to get to get views to your shop. Because if you can get somebody to come see your shop, there's obviously a higher, likelihood that they'll buy. That's just I can't even say that word. The statistics say that conversion rates are like 1 to 3%. So if you
Oh,
get
wow.
100 views in your shop, you should get one sale. So if you can just get some eyeballs on your shop,
Hmm.
then you will statistically get a sale. So my goal is how do you get people just to see it? How do you get enough people to see it that somebody of those people, some of those 100 people will say, oh, I like that. That's my style. I want to buy that. So if statistics says you're going to get a sale, all you got to do is get those eyeballs, get those views, get those people seeing what you got and what you have available.
Oh, and so there's some things that you've learned that you'll be
Yeah,
telling us that will help increase that number of
exactly.
eyeballs on what you are offering.
The way to set up your shop, the way to set up a listing, the way to, because you could have a great product but it's not enough just to have a great product. You have to figure out how to sell it. So, and that's the key is being able to figure that out.
That's a quote. You know what? That is such a quote, right?
Yeah, I put it somewhere somewhere on my page and something the other day. Yeah, it's not enough to make it, to learn, to know how to make it. Or what did I say? It's not enough to make something beautiful, but you have to learn how to sell it also.
Yeah, it's so true. So true. And I mean, so many of us are not born sellers.
Right.
Some
No.
people are born crafters. I'm not,
Yeah.
but some people are born.
And that's a tricky thing, especially when you're in the creative world and you're a creative person. You have that creative brain.
Right.
You want to make something, you can do pretty things and whatever, but you don't necessarily have like the analytical business brain.
No.
But I think that's where I come into this is a little bit of a leg up because I'm an accountant in my day job. So I have the business brain and I do accounting and I do businessy stuff,
Mhm.
but also at night then I do my creative and my wreath making. So you have to have a combination of both of those in order to be successful.
Absolutely. Otherwise, it won't matter how pretty the wreaths are,
Right.
right? If the money and the numbers don't match up. So
Right.
that's a really great skill that you'll be bringing to help other people grow their companies and their businesses and take it to that next level.
Yeah, because
Um,
you want to get a sale, use that money and buy some more supplies and make more.
that's right. Have you know? So you've been doing it for 4 years or so, 4 or 5 years, something like that. Have you
Mhm.
noticed a change? Are there more people interested in creating this side source, maybe the side source of income being one day something that they can grow into something else? I mean, has there been a shift that you've noticed?
Yeah, I think there's definitely a lot more people in the game now.
Yeah.
And, and some people that sort of scares them off because they think
Yeah.
it's oversaturated. But I always tell my people that it's only saturated at the beginner level. It's only saturated at the level of you don't feel like learning and you're not going to do anything. If you learn and you can get a step above them, there's way less people up here. It's not saturated. So if you learn and figure out how to separate yourself from the masses,
Mhm.
it's not quite as hard at all.
That's a great way to think about it too. It's kind of like everyone's here on the bottom, like at the base of a pyramid, but you just sort of go maybe 2 steps up,
Yeah.
maybe
Yes.
one and a
Yeah.
half steps up, and then it
And
gets a
there's
lot easier. You can breathe.
way
You can
more. Yeah.
see.
Yeah. Definitely.
Oh, that's great. Well, your story is really inspirational and really timely because as we were just talking before we started recording this, people are coming up to me, and I'm not crafty at all, but I love hearing people's business stories, and they all have these side things they're creating. And that's exactly what they're doing. They're creating, and they're like, I want to put it on Etsy. And I'm like, yeah, I can't help you. But if you come to this conference in April, then you can learn from someone who's figured it out and who can show you that way. How fulfilling has that part been? Because you started as a crafter, as a creator, and now it sounds like you're turning into a little bit of a teacher too.
Yeah, and it's been great because I mean my Etsy business and now my being able to teach Etsy business, I mean I'm making as much money doing that as I am in my day job.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah, eventually my goal is to transition completely to this. But yeah, I mean you can, if you can learn, you can make serious money. You can, if you learn how to do it. Yeah, I mean it's been a total game changer for me. I mean to be able to make this money, have some security, have a little extra for whatever it is you need to do. It's definitely been very helpful.
It's empowering. And I think that's what, when we're talking about a conference like this, pulling all of these pieces together, every person here who will come together has built a way to create this kind of living freedom, whatever you want to call it, create something of your own. It's really powerful.
I mean, I had no idea that I could create my own business, like run my own business, not have to sit at work and answer to, a boss anymore. To be able to be in charge of your own future is an awesome thing.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, I can't wait to meet you in person and hear more about the power of Etsy for your business and whatever you do in the future. Maybe I better learn a craft.
I can help you sell it.
Okay, maybe I'll have somebody else craft it and then you can help me sell it. Lauren Kilgore, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you.